Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different, and it's probably going to end up being a little bit long. My other videos are around 8 minutes and they're like kind of fun videos. This one I wanted to talk a little bit about health. I want to talk about physical health and mental health. I'm mostly going to be focusing on the things that I do to help my mental health and my physical health. I know if you guys have been following, if you've been following my journeys at all on social media or on my website, you know that I have chronic pain. I have chronic nerve pain, mostly stemming from a horseback riding accident I was in when I was in my 20s. But I also have endometriosis and some other things going on, and I also have some mental disorders. I have never been officially diagnosed with anything, but mental disorders do run in my family, on both sides of my family, and I have symptoms of things, tendencies, whatever. More than likely ADHD for sure, because I get distracted really easily. Also, probably BPD, borderline personality disorder. I have most of the symptoms that are associated with that. I have, and I get very manic. I've had auditory hallucinations before. I dissociate. I've had depressive, I've never been depressed, but I have depressive moments, if that makes sense. Yeah, I've never self-harmed or anything like that, but I have thought about it. I just always was able to stop myself. I guess I have self-harmed because, I was anorexic and I'd starve myself, and I punish myself with food that way, so that is a form of self-harm. Anyway, all that aside, if you want to know more about my health, my mental and physical health, you can read my blogs. I talk about it there on my website. That's linked in my bio and my Instagram bio. Yeah. Anyway, that would just make this video way too long. What I'm going to focus on now is the things that I do to help my mental and physical health. I'm also going to link some resources in the description down below for mental health. I think that's going to be the main focus, but I do want to talk also about physical health, because the things that I do also help my physical health, and they're correlated together. If you're healthy on the outside, you're healthy on the inside. Mind and body, they're both connected. Anyway, so these are the things that I do to help my health. And I'm also gonna link this PDF on my website, so you can reference it there. So, as far as health, the food I eat is really important to me, especially having disordered eating. I was anorexic when I was in high school, junior high, high school. I still have tendencies towards anorexia, although I'm not anorexic right now. But it was really bad when I was a teenager. And now food is really important to me, because what I put in my body, it matters. It really matters, like, what I put into my body. It matters for everybody. What you put in your body affects you, not just physically, but also mentally. So, the food that I eat whole foods. I'm mostly plant-based. I was vegan for 2.5 years, but I had some problems with staying vegan, and I think a lot of that had to stem from my disordered eating, because I also have binge eating disorder, which I know is the complete opposite of anorexia, but there it is. Like, I binge and I starve myself, and when I was vegan, it was like a free ticket to eat whatever I wanted. And if you want to read about my vegan journey, you can go to my website. If I start talking about that, that's just another segue. That's just going to be too much stuff. So anyway, so I am mostly plant-based. I don't eat any meat. I shouldn't say I don't eat any meat, because I do eat some fish once in a great while. When I first stopped being vegan, I started eating seafood all the time. Like, I was eating fish every day. Either wild caught or, excuse me. Sorry, I got distracted. I was eating a lot of tuna, and a lot of salmon. Now, I'm not really eating very much seafood, if, like, none at all. Like, hardly any at all. I don't even remember the last time I think I was in Colorado the last time I had tuna. But I do eat it occasionally, so I don't want to say that I don't eat it at all. But no chicken, no beef, no pork, no lamb, nothing like that. And I keep my dairy to a minimum. I don't drink milk. I was eating yogurt, but I've recently switched back to non-dairy yogurts, because dairy it causes a lot of inflammation in my body, and with my endometriosis and my nerve damage, I already have a lot of inflammation, so I try not to eat a lot of dairy. And then everything I eat is minimally processed. I try to stay away from super processed foods, and I absolutely do not eat anything with artificial flavors, colors, no MSG or anything that is like MSG, because, like, it affects me physically, but it also affects me mentally. Like, if I eat processed foods, if I eat things that have MSG or artificial flavors or colors, I'm more anxious. My anxiety gets, like, crazy. Like, I can't focus. My mania gets really bad. I get just all over the place. And I get a migraine. Like, if I eat things that have that artificial shit in it, like, my mental state is just fucked. Just fucked. And I also try to stay away from high fructose corn syrup, because that also affects me physically and mentally. So, I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I recently tried to cut back on the amount of gluten that I'm eating, so I try not to eat too much bread. I never really ate that much bread to begin with, but being on this journey, a lot of the times, for a while, we were going to Subway a lot. we're eating, just shit food, and I could tell that it was really affecting me. So now I recently cut out gluten, not completely, but I try to limit it because it has affected my skin. I have dermatitis, and it's been affecting my skin recently. So that's mostly what I've been eating for food and what I don't eat. It's really important. There's a lot of science behind the chemical, like eating artificial flavors and colors and MSG and all these fucking chemicals that you shouldn't be putting into your body. And it really does affect you mentally as well as physically. And I also, so the next thing I want to talk about, I'm going to skip one, I want to talk about supplements for a minute. I don't take supplements like most people think. Like, I don't do protein powders. I don't do anything like that anymore. I used to take protein powders. I do, most of you know that I love the gym. I love working out. I have an on-again, off-again relationship with having gym memberships because of the lifestyle I have. I don't always get to the gym, but I did recently join a gym here in LA. I'll talk about that in a minute, but I wanted to talk about supplements. The supplements I do take actually are more for my physical health, but again, if I'm healthy in my body, I'm gonna be healthy in my mind. I take a ginger shot almost every day. I've been using the Ginger People one, and I should really just make my own, but living in my car, it's not really feasible. We don't have a way to refrigerate anything, so I've been getting the one from the Ginger People, which is amazing. It's ginger and turmeric. Sometimes I will, there's one that has ginger and turmeric, and then it has black pepper and coconut milk in it, or coconut cream. And it's really good. Like, I think it's delicious. But it is spicy. And then there's another one that's lemon and cayenne. And it's ginger, lemon, and cayenne. And, whew, that one's hard. That one's hard to take. But it's so good for you. It helps with your digestion. The one with turmeric helps with inflammation. And I am almost always inflamed. It's not just like retaining water inflammation, it's internal inflammation from my endometriosis. Anyway, but that really helps with inflammation and with digestive health and immunity support. I also have a turmeric tea that I drink about probably 4 to 5 days a week. The coffee shop that I hang out at, they're really cool about giving me hot water and then a little bit of steamed soy milk, because I like milk with my tea. I know it's all my British viewers will understand. I'm not British, but it's something I started doing a couple of years ago because I saw somebody do it, or somebody told me about it, and it was over. So a little bit of steamed soy milk and hot water with my turmeric tea is just amazing. It's delicious, and it helps me. It makes me feel better. And then also I have a turmeric oil. It's coconut oil, shea butter, and turmeric, dried turmeric powder. And I just have it in like a little dropper bottle. I use it as a skin salve on blemishes and on my dermatitis. If I get a cut, like if I cut myself shaving or something, and that it heals it right up within like a few days. So going back to the gym, that I mentioned earlier, exercise is so important. I can't stress it enough. Daily exercise is so, so important for physical and mental health. It doesn't matter what you look like. Like, so many people are focused on the weight, like the healthy at every size movement. I'm not going to get into all that. That's for another video. But physical activity of some kind every day is so important for overall health. I just joined a gym. I've been doing exercise not as much as I should have during this journey, but we've been doing something physical at least every day. But I did recently just join a gym. So when I'm at the gym, I do yoga, I lift weights, and I do cardio. And I have been doing this every day. Before I joined the gym, I was doing cardio, or I was doing like walking cardio, like I was just walking outside for exercise. I wasn't lifting weights really that much, unless you count groceries from my job, which is, like, my job is physical to an extent, but I do spend a lot of time in the car, and we live in our car, so, and I've been doing yoga in the car at night, which I know sounds really weird, but I am going to record a video on that at some point, so I can show you guys, like, because the car is really small. It's really small. But I do a little bit of yoga stretches in the car at night, just to, so I don't get all stiff. But having a set program at the gym and going and lifting weights is something that I have to do for myself. It helps my anxiety. It helps me not be so manic. It helps me focus. It's my meditation. I have meditated in the past. I can't meditate, like I can't sit and meditate. I have to do something. I have to move. Otherwise I can't focus. Like, I always lose my train of thought, which, anyway. Silent meditation does not work for me. I have to be moving. So when I'm lifting weights, when I'm working out, that's my meditation. That's when I can reset. And it's good for you. Like, I feel better when I lift, when I'm lifting weights and when I'm exercising. My body feels better, my joints feel better. I'm not as inflamed. I'm not as in much pain. Because I'm in pain. So I'm in pain every day. I think my camera's going to turn off soon, so I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to have to continue this in another video. But I did want to touch on one more thing